sometimes. My name is Olayinka from ReTrain Nigeria, and I am the program manager. And on the call with me, we have Sherry, we have Ryan, and we have Melissa. Sherry is the manager of instructional services at ReTrain Canada. Melissa is an instructor, and Ryan as well is an instructor. But Sherry will do like the proper intro for Ryan and Melissa. Um, so here, Sherry, please can you move to the next slide? So I'll
You
just go over
can.
the intro. So here at okay, yeah, so the agenda will introduce retrain, digital marketing and opportunities, and then different course topics and how to contact us. So retrain Nigeria, we basically skills development, skills training and development that help people succeed in future of work. So we are pretty much getting professionals, people, students ready for the global work market. No, the global job market, yes. So basically our goal is for Nigerians to start with, to have the necessary skills to be able to stay in Nigeria and earn in foreign currency. So we're partnered with ReTrain Canada. So I introduced Sherry, Melissa, and Ryan. So they are in ReTrain Canada. So ReTrain Canada actually do the course delivery. We just help to facilitate that, and then we also help you with your um basically get you career ready, or if you're switching to another career, trying to kind of like prepare you for that career. So for those who said, they've never heard anything about digital marketing, you are definitely in the right place. The courses we do range from both tech to non-tech. So you can see cybersecurity, AI, digital marketing, training and leadership. You can see banking, sales. So our course portfolio is very diverse. And it's also one thing I also like to say is that it is what's the word? The curriculum is not stagnant. So the curriculum is flexible, keeps changing and advancing based on what is needed in the job market. So we're not just training you on skills that maybe are obsolete, but on things that employers are actually looking for. Yeah, so I think I will hand over to Sherry now to do the rest.
Thanks, Olienka. First of all,
Yeah.
thank you, Olienka, and the team at ReTrain Nigeria for inviting us. They're an amazing team. So those of you who are joining who may be interested in looking at courses, Olienka and her team are fantastic. Please make sure you reach out. Before I introduce our amazing instructors and talk a bit about digital marketing, I just want to mention that please put any questions that you have in the comment section. If we don't answer them during the presentation, we'll be happy to address those afterwards. And of course, after the presentation, please reach out to Olienka. Again, her and her team are fantastic.
Sherry.
So without further ado, oh, but she doesn't sing country music, just saying.
No,
So without further
never.
ado, let me introduce two amazing instructors. First of all, Ryan Evans, over 3 decades of training experience, has worked in multiple post-secondaries, has worked with multiple organizations, very well versed in graphic design, marketing, and streamlining of processes. Our second instructor who's joining us today is Melissa Sunquest, also a very seasoned instructor, instructional designer, implementer of programs, marketing campaigns, and her expertise spans learning management systems and aligning strategic business goals within organizations. So you have two amazing instructors who are going to be working with you and sharing some of their expertise with you today. Of course, in this session, we're only giving you a taster of what we would cover in a 2-week course, but I think you will find all of the information very useful and a great place to start. So before I turn the floor over, I just want to make sure that we know what digital marketing is. So we know that digital marketing is how products are shown online, how they're promoted online. And digital marketing is using the different online platforms to create that kind of environment. So it helps businesses to grow. You can do it remotely from anywhere in the world. You can add it to a skill set that you already have just to enhance if you're working as a virtual assistant, if you are working as a business manager, if you are making decisions. An understanding of digital marketing will only serve to enhance the skills that you already provide. Some examples of industry applications, kind of as I mentioned, you could do straight digital marketing. So social media work, email automation, analytics. You could work in education using it to promote courses, create engaging content. Of course, retail. So running ads online, managing social media, understanding customer behavior, improving website visibility. So digital marketing is far more than just creating graphical ideas. It's also being able to work with the data analytic and understand the trends. Now, I am sure as I'm talking, by the way, Melissa and Ryan, please interrupt me if I'm not doing the introduction a fair justice, because I can see them both just anxious to share their knowledge. But let me do one more thing before I turn over the floor. So some example career paths. If you are looking at digital marketing as a specific career, we have digital marketing specialist. So develop and implement online marketing strategies. We have an SEO analyst, social media manager, email marketer, content strategist, digital ads manager. Melissa and Ryan, this list is not very comprehensive. What else would you add that people can use as career paths with digital marketing?
Definitely, it's a lot of people think retail about it, but it's certainly for for anything you're doing that needs momentum. Um, so it could be initiative or political or etc. So like you said, Sherry, I feel it ties into every job and the knowledge. Even if you're not the one doing the email marketing, your job might be tied to that.
Yeah, I agree, Ryan. And so even if you're in a leadership role, even if you do go more into the graphic design space or designing art space, even into communications. So when you're in communications teams or looking at how to communicate, digital marketing kind of overlaps into those jobs as well.
Perfect. Thank you. And of course, Olyanka will be sharing this presentation with you afterwards. So we know that digital marketing is about creating an online presence. It's all of the components that go with that. So this presentation, I'm going to turn it over to Melissa and Ryan, who are going to talk a bit about marketing personas, social media, do a technology demonstration, and a little bit about search engine optimization, SEO, and the analytics that go with that. So without further ado, let me start by turning the floor over to Melissa to talk to you a little bit about marketing personas.
Yeah, thanks, Sherry. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Glad you're here. So the first part that we're going to talk about is something that we call marketing personas. Kind of a strange word, but these are really, to put it simply, detailed descriptions of your ideal customers. So they will help you and your business or your organization that you're with understand who you're trying to reach so that you can develop or create better products, content, and marketing. So in simple terms, a marketing persona is like a made-up character that represents a real group of people who might buy your product or service. So on the screen, you'll see that there are 4 main types of personas that you can create. So the proto persona is your idealized or your perfect target customer. Your customer persona is somebody that is going to be your realistic target customer, and it's going to include things like age and job, hobbies, what they like to do, what do they like to buy, what do they need, what are things that these people in this demographic or this customer needs the most, what problem is your organization trying to solve. The user persona is really around how somebody interacts with your product or service. And then, of course, the last one is your buyer persona. And this is a fictional character that represents your target market. And what this means is you're trying to understand their needs and wants of your product and service. So overall, very high level, but in the course, we go into a lot of detail around each of these personas, how to build out a persona, and all of the detailed information that you would include in these personas to help you better target your product or service. So before we go on, I'm going to show you an example of a buyer persona. But really, persona, yeah, let's go to the next one. Perfect. Thank you, Sherry.
Sorry.
So here's an example of a buyer persona. Look at that awesome smile that he has on the screen there. So a buyer persona, this is your ideal person that is going to understand the needs and wants of your business. So what are you going to look for your buyer persona? Well, you're going to come up with a name for your persona. What is their background? So is this George? Is he 28? Does he own a small business, somewhere in the country? And what is his job or role? So is he a student? Does he own the shop? Is he, somebody that works there? What is his goal? So what do they want to achieve right now personally and also in their business? What are the challenges that this person is facing? So if this is George, what is he looking to solve as, say, a shop owner? Is it that he needs people to better see his products? Does he need a better online presence? Does he see that people aren't finding his website when they look for it, when they look for his product and service? So a whole bunch of different challenges that he might face. You want to find out, where is he spending his time online? So is he on social media a lot? So is he on a specific social media platform like Facebook? WhatsApp is not social media, but you understand. And what is influencing his decisions? So, is he looking for convenience? Is price a big factor? Does he need high quality? So he's looking for reviews of products. So it kind of helps you understand, by using George as an example, a whole category of people that might be similar to him. All right, Sherry, next slide.
You bet.
Thank you. Okay, so that was a little bit about personas. The next kind of idea that we want to share with you today is the customer journey map. And this one's kind of a big complex map, but there's smaller ones that you can have. It just depends on what you're kind of looking for and the context in which you're using it. So a journey map or a customer journey map is the process of understanding and outlining the steps a customer takes before they buy a product or service, and then after they buy the product or service. So it will help you and your business know what the customer is thinking, feeling, what they're doing at every stage, so that you can create better marketing and sales and support, create that entire customer experience that we all think about when somebody is buying a product or service. So if I want to put this simply, it shows how someone goes from first hearing about the product or service to deciding to buy it. And then, of course, this map goes beyond and how to keep a customer loyal to your product or service or business. All right, next one. So
just a question to throw out to everybody. True or false? Facebook was the first social media platform. Put your answer in the chat. What do you think? True or false? What do you think the first social media platform was?
Unanimous.
Look at all these smarties. Look at them all.
Oh, we got a few guessing at the first one.
Ooh.
I'm not familiar with To Go.
Me neither.
I think it was very popular in Nigeria. I don't know
Really?
what other country, but it was very popular in Nigeria.
That is very cool.
Yeah, MySpace wasn't it a social platform? I think it was.
Now here, when you look it up, the answer is 6 degrees.
I've never even heard of that.
I don't know that anyone's going to have heard of that, Sherry.
I think the first popular one is probably MySpace. Would you all agree that MySpace was probably one of the first most popular ones?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I remember MySpace. There was one called High Five.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right. I remember that one. Yeah. Now, you know what's interesting, and we'll just show this before I turn it over to Ryan to do a really cool kind of tech demo for us. This is only 20-ish years, right? So social media really started to pop up around 95, 97. But think about how much of our life it has taken over. LinkedIn, 2002.
Yeah.
These are some of the timelines when you go through. It's not really a huge amount of time for all of these programs to have taken over, yet we can't imagine our lives right now without kind of using these social media platforms. And so when Melissa was talking about customer persona, you could have the greatest campaign in the world, but if you put it on Pinterest, but your clients don't ever go on Pinterest, that's a lot of wasted time and effort. So that's where those analytics come into play, and really thinking about who your clients are. Now, of course, as you're going through a program like this, you're going to have to play with a little bit of technology. And I can't think of anybody better than Mr. Ryan Evans to do a bit of a technology demo for us, just to show us a couple of the cool things we can do. So Ryan, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Sherry. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I have a couple of slides, and I also wanted to do a little bit of hands-on in the short period of time I have here with a couple important tools, especially AI is something that we cannot overlook. And one of the key tools for if you're running a website, that whether it's a service, product, etc., or a campaign, if you're running landing pages or a website, you really want to pay attention to Google's set of tools, and they'll have more tools than I'm able to list or talk about today, including basic search, just understanding the search engine. But nonetheless, here comes my my PowerPoint. All right, so yeah, we're going to do just a quick tech demo, and I definitely want to show a couple slides here. So I listed a couple of Google's like key tools for, and most of them are free, except for the last one. Google Analytics, and now is often called GA4 by Google Analytics, the 4th version, which I have a screenshot here of an example that I'm going to be using today. You can set this up for free. Takes a little bit of technical knowledge of how to copy and paste code into your website. It might require a web developer, but I really suggest people, if they have access to their web platform, to have a look at doing it yourself. But we're going to look at Google Analytics. I won't look so far deep into Google Tag Manager, but Tag Manager is that code, the tags that you put into the hidden code in your website that the client, the person going to your website, cannot see. But it's the magic happens from that. If you can get this little bit of code, you don't have to write code. You have to copy and paste and upload your website, re-upload your website or homepage and key pages. You can put a tag on there that does so much, that helps Google track to see where the data is coming from. So if somebody linked you from Facebook from a campaign on there, or LinkedIn or any of the platforms, that might be the platform you want to invest in further. And Google is not just about Google. The Tag Manager can set up actions to happen if somebody comes from Facebook or from LinkedIn or from any of the platforms out there today. One of the other items that we'll see reference to do, yep, thank you, Melissa, reference to is when I'm in Google Analytics here today, is there's a reference to Google Search Console, but it's almost a separate platform also. So for the search, when people are searching on the web and they end up on your web page, you kind of want to know what they searched for, what's working and what's not working, and for keywords, things that you should basically promote, whether it's in your website or in the code around your website. A lot of people have heard of like keywords, hashtags on platforms, but what they're searching for pops up based on those keywords. Google is always changing, and I really want to mention this, is that AI is the biggest change to search on the internet, and it's happening this year, and that definitely people will be using AI to find answers, and we just always have to adapt. So, but so will Google. Google already is. And then if you have a few dollars from, well, in fact, Google, if you join up with the AdWords, they often give you a $500 credit. Might vary based on location, but I get a $500 credit to get bought into the AdWords system, where I can basically put advertising into searches and some of their other properties like YouTube, which Google owns. I got a quick question before I show you any of this. What company owns Google? Can anybody answer that? it started as Google, but Google got too big and they bought YouTube. They bought a self-driving car, uh, Wemo, I think it's called. What company owns all of them? Anybody know that one? Alphabet. Yeah, there you
Alphabet?
go. Yeah, Alphabet Incorporated is the parent company to Google. What business is Google in? What is their number one profit? And they're into data storage. They're into all sorts of stuff. It's the same business they started in. It's advertising.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, the personal
my
data.
guess was wrong.
No, it's not wrong, because the personal data is what drives the advertising. It's what is the difference between advertising in the newspaper, where you put an ad out and the whole city or the whole distribution chain sees that same ad. Yeah, personal data is, and that's why they have YouTube, not just for the advertising, but they're watching what I do and what I'm interested in, and they're feeding me ads. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have seen how directed those ads are, how relatable a lot of them can be to you, and stuff that you were recently searching or watching a video on. Okay, so yeah, I want to show this tool right here. I also want to do a small tech demo of AI. And there's several AI. Everything seems to have AI today. There's AI-driven campaigns that through Google and Facebook that will change themselves based on the interactions. So yeah, what I'm looking at here is something that you guys can all have for free. If you have a website, then you can actually use it to track your data. And I've actually got it open in my web browser already. Google Analytics. What Google has done is they give us access to actually live analytics. So you don't have to set it up on your website and then wait for the data to come in. If you want to see the big picture, I would definitely use like a Gmail account or a regular email and get a free account to Google Analytics. Obviously, Google owns Gmail, and yeah, you can log in with your Gmail account. Yeah, so this is basically uh, like a report page that's showing me what's going on. Now this is their merchandise store. So I'm gonna just switch over to in a second. I'm gonna switch over to my web browser. Oh, okay. I think that's time to do that. Okay, I got Google Chrome, but any web browser would do the trick here. And I basically logged in, and especially if you haven't set it up before, they're going to present this page to you here. I'll go to my home. And so you can't make adjustments to their work here. They're basically letting us see it. So there's a couple buttons that will be grayed out, but I definitely like this because my website doesn't have that much traffic on it, and so it's not as interesting to show. And so what is showing on this home page here is the active users, new users, or returning users, could be active users also, and active users in the last 30 minutes, and what countries they're coming from. And it goes beyond that, as Google collects a lot of information about demographics, location, age, marital status even. Oh, and you can see it's actually changing live here. So that's why I'm using this instead of my website. You can use Google Analytics to set up multiple websites. So if you got multiple properties that you have to manage, multiple web domains that you have to manage, or different campaigns, landing pages for specific campaigns, it is possible to set up multiple accounts in here, and I've got a couple. Okay, the part that I find the most interesting, at least the most interesting for me to look at, is and I'm not even using my setup website here. I'm just using what Google has provided to me, what you would get when you logged in. Is I'm on the home right now, and I want to go and look at some of the built-in reports here to see, and they're live too. So I'm going to go to the reports tab here. So a lot of the similar information. We can also see things like how people get to Google's merchandise shop where they sell Google goods. So this is a real live website actually. And so like people directly going to the website via link or not a search, organic search. Organic often means free too. At least there's a lot of things you can set up free for the organic search portion. Paid search would be advertisements and links from other websites also. So realizing where they come from, and it goes beyond this too. Like especially if you set it up to look for traffic coming from Facebook, you can get the data. You can even find out if they just looked around and left, or they were an actual conversion. And that's a key word in all of this, converting people from being strangers or non-customers to either being a paid customer or signing up for a newsletter. Increasing engagement with new users is called conversions, and this is all about that. The real-time overview here, there is so much in here. I highly suggest, even if you're about to take a class on this, to get the free access and start looking around and getting comfortable, because there's a lot of terminology. But I'm just going to go to the real-time overview. This is what I find the most interesting when it's a busy website. I can see, and this is Google's more .com, so like North American or US pages. But I can see on this map up here, there's some action happening in different parts of the world, which you can zoom in also. And I notice not a lot happening in Nigeria right now. And I'm guessing it's because of different portal pages for different countries. But if you have a look here, here's United States. Again, this is their .com, so more their American US website here. But nonetheless, I'll just zoom in. I'm going to try to find a spot. So I can tell what's doing well. And especially if it's doing really well, I might not invest any money or time into that area, or I might want to grow that area if I can figure out if there's growth if possible. But I can see like Montreal here is not too busy right now. I was looking at this a couple days ago, and when I was looking at it, there was a lot of action happening in Toronto. Let's look at New York here. I'm just going to click on New York. So when I clicked on a hotspot there on that info map, it's starting to show me more of the statistics. And again, Google has set this up so that their merchandise site is reporting to Google Analytics so they can do this. So they're interested in how many people come to their site because it's a retail site, and how many people actually get converted or make a purchase. That's probably their number one goal here. Number two is repeat visits, so that somebody can turn into. Has this website been SEO? No, this is part of search engine optimization, trying to figure out. Part of search engine optimization is getting the data from your existing website, and also when you do a campaign, so that you can watch to see if it's actually worth your time and or money. Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of data here, and you're not always coming in here looking at everything. You're after specific items, like where are most people on that website right now? They're on the home page. And I might try to increase engagement with some type of advertisement. What generated the traffic? It would be the campaigns, organic search. So I actually, I'll probably save some of that information for the AI portion, because I've actually got something prepared for that and might answer some of those questions of what to do in the early stages. I asked AI, so if you had a small budget, but yeah, it would answer some of those things like set up a Facebook page for your business. It's free. The advertising on Facebook is not, but the organic or the initial investment in time. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely could show my site, but my site's after corporations and does not have the traffic this has here. So yeah, I can see where most people are. So you're quite confused. So this is the number one tool for for getting data from your website. Um, I do have a website here that I set up, and this is not my website. This is what I set up, and we're not trying to teach you to set this up here because that's a couple technical steps. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting a couple technical steps, but what I'm saying is Google Analytics is a tool that you will have in digital marketing, and you can get a free account and look at. So what I'm looking at is Google's giving me a sample that's live, so that I can see what's going on. So probably what I thought was a better example here was the page with the map. Yeah, this is just an overview. This is one key tool that you can have for free. If you have a Gmail account, you can practically log in for free and start looking at a working retail website without setting it all up. There. Yeah, and yeah, it's Melissa put in some information there about what this can tell you. And I actually do have a slide on that. Yeah, so yeah, definitely Google Analytics tracks and reports website traffic. It doesn't do it automatically. Google does come find your website, but it does not track the data for you, the owner of the website or your company. It does take a little bit of code, not that you have to write the code. And yeah, you want to understand who's coming to your website. If you put money into, also, yeah, if you don't have a website, where are you selling your goods? If you're promoting something, Facebook would work, but I can't increase traffic with Google Analytics with Facebook. Yeah, definitely try the demo like I'm showing right now. Track conversions. So conversions is what I was mentioning, that people, if they fill out a form, like a survey, questionnaire, they make a purchase, that's a conversion. And that's what we're after. Well, we don't even know if they're coming to our website without Google Analytics. Google's not the only company. They are the company that is far beyond any other company when it comes to analytics. If it's Facebook, because I'm just responding to you don't have a website, and you're promoting a service maybe, then you'll be using Facebook and Facebook Analytics, which are not as great. Facebook does know quite a bit about the users, though. So yeah.
So
yeah,
Ryan, you mentioned, sorry to interrupt, you mentioned an AI demo.
Yeah, should I jump to that? Oh yeah, we're running low. Okay, so
I would,
my takeaway on this is take your Gmail account, search for Google Analytics. Melissa did put the link into the chat, and check out Google's live store here. And eventually, if you take the course, I can lead you through. If you have a website, I'll be showing demos. If you don't, on how to install the code, and we'll do a sample code together, how to install the code so that you can get the tracking like this on your website. All right, AI. There's so many AIs, and I'm just blown away, and it's far beyond just being a geek, a niche tool today. I just wanted to show this campaign right here that was popular in Calgary. It kind of made some news because it was an AI-driven campaign. I can't tell you if they figured out their demographics or did their scripting for videos or anything with AI, but they did a whole campaign for our Calgary's farmer market, and it's 100% AI. And it was one of the first ones we saw in Calgary. We see it on billboards now. It definitely there's several AIs out there. You can pay for them. I'm 100% about using the free tools until you have to pay for them. Now, I'm going to be showing you a little search I did on Google Gemini, which is Google's AI. Yeah, you sure can. Google's AI. And yeah, let's open the browser here. There it is. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's so many things. AI can do coding for you. AI can, if you have a link that you're trying to build and it's not working, you could put it in there and say, what's the problem? It can build pictures for you. It can help you with your customer personas. I use it. Do I trust it 100%? No, I always validate what I do, and there's multiple AIs. So the question that I asked AI today on the free version of Google Gemini, and I've done the same thing in ChatGPT, I said, I have $200 to spend on digital marketing. What is the most valuable way to spend the budget? And I had my own thoughts. And when I was reading this, I was like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Oh, I never thought of that. And so where I agree with it, it said it broke it into phases here. In phase one, free and low effort. It says I would probably add Google Analytics to the top of my list for this, but it says get a Google business account. Look at your social media platforms, especially the ones you can set up for free, as in like Google Business and LinkedIn, etc. They got low. I mean, they're giving me all the steps, and then if I have to get it to really clarify or tell me what they're actually trying to talk about here, I just chat with it down below. And then it goes on to say, well, email marketing, very low cost, and it's still proven to be a really great option. Build an email list, offer something for free at sending, send valuable emails. And then the one, especially if you got a product or service, website optimization. And I'm not saying that's a small subject, but you can do small steps, including copying and pasting a code so Google Analytics can get you information of who's coming to your website and if your campaigns are successful. And phase two is when they start suggesting spending money. So target people. The analytics can help you. Customer personas can give you a clue of where you're going to target them. They have analytics on the site, and Google Analytics can tie into it also, so you can actually see if your campaign is successful and if you're converting customers. There's lots of AI for graphics today. I still think having a graphic designer or some knowledge is good for implementation. And there's AI built into Canva Pro. Almost all Adobe products, if you pay for them, have AI that can generate and fix pictures, etc. Yeah, and yeah, boost your TikTok or your Instagram, the free posts that you can do in there. Use video. So yeah, that's what it came up with, and I might run that against another AI to see what else. But the other thing is graphics are really expensive. And even getting a professional photographer to take a picture of a product that I'm selling. Well, I went and asked it to, and Gemini can do this, and ChatGPT can do this also. I said I wanted a black coffee cup with steam coming out. I didn't say much. The more you say, the more it gives you. AI pictures are not copyrightable. That's could be an issue, and that could be a bonus. But don't steal pictures off of Google searches for your campaigns when you can have things for free. or pay for stock photography. So Gemini can code, so can ChatGPT. It can give you advice. It can make your message that you're trying to type in there friendlier or give it different tones to meet different audiences. And I haven't even touched base on the AI that's built into Facebook for dynamic ads. There we are. We've got lots of important links there. So I might be running out of time here, and that's what the classes are for. We'll look at Google Analytics. We'll look at some of the graphics as I teach that you might come across, and definitely the free tools first. That's oh, there we go. Thank you, Melissa. Just for time, I think I'll wrap it up there, and I think there's some question and answer period also. So there's a lot of technical things. I do realize that. The first thing is get Google Analytics, even if you don't have a website.
Ryan, may
All right.
I ask a question?
Yeah, of course. Anybody.
What is your favorite image generating AI to date? And I get that could change constantly, and I'm putting you on the spot. And no, he's not being paid to provide a certain answer. But what would you say if you had to pick one? What's your favorite image generator?
It'll change week by week, but I've been using Firefly from Adobe quite a bit.
Ooh, wow.
And you can have that for free and use that for a certain amount. I mean, every website wants to charge you eventually for something. And this comes, if you pay Adobe for their software, it comes with Adobe software. Video generation, that costs money. So in any of the platforms. But you're seeing examples out there today. Yeah, AI. This is all AI. Started as text.
Awesome. So Firefly, can you throw that link in the chat for us? Because I think that might be fun for people to explore. I think Melissa's already on it.
Yeah, that's like having an AI, but faster.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Melissa, what about you? You're muted, but do you agree? Is this kind of your favorite image content creator right now, or would you pick a different one?
Yeah, I mean, there are so many. I'll put a few more. I agree with Ryan, like for very high quality images, Firefly is amazing. You can also, like Ryan just showed you with the coffee cup, right? In Google Gemini or ChatGPT or even Leonardo .ai is another really great one that people use. So I'll put some of those in the chat. But basically anyone that kind of comes up, you can, and it's so simple, like Ryan showed you, just a few words and it'll generate an image for you. And then you can continue to refine that to make the image change. So if Ryan wanted to make the cup white, or, you just tell it to do that and it'll do it for you. And in video, yeah, videos are expensive. Video generation has not come as far yet as images in AI. It's on its way.
Excellent. Thank you. Before we kind of track what'll happen through the course and tie this together with a whole learner journey for you, I have a slide on the screen with some emerging trends, but I think I'm going to put both Ryan and Melissa on the spot a little bit to chat about some of these ideas. So what we're seeing as emerging trends, where you think things are going. So Ryan, I'll put you on the hot seat first. Just obviously you've shown us AI. We've all heard of influencers, but short form video content, where do you see that going? Or
it's 100% where it went. When you might have, if you used Instagram in the early years, there was a lot of text and picture based posts, and almost 100% of them today are video. The video that's most effective and that actually gets promoted by Instagram without paying is often short form. It's both audio, video, and text overlay on top of the video, because not everybody has audio turned on, especially if you're at work.
What was that now? No. Thank you. So other things, voice search, purpose driven, and what is smart email? I don't know if Melissa, you want to tackle what smart email is, or Ryan, what's smart email?
Email.
Oh
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
It's definitely we're seeing a lot of AI. Is Google's actually giving previews for AI right now, and including AI in their campaigns. It's like automated responses, categorizations of senders. So if you're getting a lot of communications, um, personalized experiences. So MailChimp is one of the bigger ones today for email communications with large audience. And I 100% suggest using a service over than doing it yourself. For sure, because I've seen email addresses, personal email addresses get blacklisted. So these platforms are building them in. And if you want to see a little bit of that today, Google is doing a free preview, I think, for most areas right now on the AI built into the Gmail.
Yeah, so simply put, Sherry, it makes your email smart, and it like Ryan said, it infuses all that AI into it to almost predict what you need before you need it. So like predictive text and auto categorizations and yeah, just telling you what you need.
Amazing. Amazing. So just to kind of wrap up a little bit and talk a bit about who should attend and what the course looks like. Anybody who's interested in digital marketing should attend, but entrepreneurs, small business owners, aspiring marketers, admin professionals looking to upskill. If you look at job postings for virtual assistants and remote administration, more and more people are using terminology, and it may not say digital marketing, it may say social media monitoring, client relations, online client relations. You'll see a lot of these different pieces. So anybody, business managers who are looking to fill in the piece or be able to respond better to analytics, or even hold that conversation in a boardroom. So during this 2-week course that's run in the evenings, you will be taken through basically content strategies, customer profiling, creating your own buyer's journey, creating a plan. I believe a bit of information around design, color, concepts is involved, some of the technology that is there. And ending off with a bit of a portfolio or bringing of something together. Melissa, Ryan, am I missing anything about the course?
I don't think so. I mean, it's an ever-changing course, so a year from now, there'll be a new topic in there.
Right? How to deep fake everybody to get what you want. Sorry, Olienka. We say that because we deep faked Olienka once.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to leave this screen on, or leave this slide on the screen, of course, because if you're interested in this course or other courses, please reach out to Olienka and her team. They are amazing. Here's the contact information. We'd like to leave a little bit of time for some Q&A or to pose some questions to Olienka, or Olienka, turn it back over to you to do to add any pieces you think we've missed.
So I think what I'll just add is that the next session is coming up in July. So that's why I kind of like pinned some important links, and in one of those links is the application form. So if you haven't filled the application form, you can please click the application form and then select digital marketing. So as I said earlier, the class is going to be in July, and obviously it's going to be more detailed. So this was just a teaser to let you know what you're going to be getting in the actual classes. And it's obviously going to be interactive. You get to talk, you get to share your screen, and all of that. So yes, and please follow us on social media. I think I put all the necessary links in that what's it called? The chat that I pinned. So I think we can take questions now. If you have any questions, please, you can either raise up your hand and then I'll unmute you, or you can type it in the chat box. Any questions, suggestions, complaints?
Come on now, Olega. So you have Ryan and Melissa at your disposal for a few more minutes. Great time to ask some questions.
Okay, someone is putting up. So I'm going to let you speak. Kingsley, yes. So I've allowed you so you can unmute yourself and then ask a question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I started the session, but I think I went off for some minutes at the call. So I'd like to ask for for this training, is it a paid training, paid training, and a free training? Because I just got to this part where I started hearing the training will be for 2 weeks, it's gonna be detailed. So that's my question. Yep.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Kingsley. So it's a paid training. So the cost, I'm going to tell you the cost fee without any discounts or special special discounts to those who join the masterclass. So the original course fee is 290,000, but we will be giving a special discount to those who apply from this masterclass. So you can indicate it in the description box in the form, or I'll probably know anyway because the email you used to register, we already have that on database. So yes. So the original cost fee is 290,000 naira.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Somi asks, for those who are professionals, how do we get remote jobs? Ryan and Melissa, do you have anything to say to that? For remote jobs for digital marketers, social media.
Go ahead, Sherry. Go ahead.
Okay, Sherry, you want to build them
Sherry
out.
had her hand up, so I thought, I'll let Sherry go.
I didn't even use the tool. I was just gonna say, like everything in networking and marketing yourself, because remember, digital marketing, it also means marketing yourself. It's your keywords. It's how you change your own platforms. It's how you do your networking. So if you already have amazing professional skills, you add those key concepts to what you already have to market yourself. So I'm not sure if that's exactly the answer you want about getting a job, but the tools, it comes down to how do you market yourself and how do you see who is out there and how do you join networking groups so that you're more seen. But like any professional expertise, the more keywords and skills you add to your resume and your profile, the more visibility you'll gain. I get a little excited about that. My apologies. Oleg, I'll turn it back over to you for people asking questions.
Oh, and I wanted to follow up there, Sherry, if possible. So I love that Sherry added your own marketing of yourself, right, in digital spaces. And I know that the question, I'm just going back up, for how do you get remote jobs? So in Nigeria, looking for remote digital marketing jobs, you're going to find it on, and Olienka, you can probably let me know if these are incorrect, but this is the list that I have. So Indeed, Nigeria, LinkedIn, of course, which is a lot of you have shared that in the chat. There's another one called My Job Mag. Olienka, have you heard of that?
Yes, I have. My job. Yes.
Yeah, Jobberman and Himalayas. So any of those online places are you're going to find things like digital marketing support, social media intern, digital marketing specialist. Somewhere, if you just put the keyword marketing in, you'll be able to see some of those pieces, if that helps.
I'd like to add that I think most of the jobs in digital marketing are either hybrid or remote.
Yeah.
Because
well
there's
said, Ryan.
no reason that you have to go in a place to do digital marketing. Yeah. Cool.
So, let's see if there are any more questions. Okay, so I think I've answered how much the digital courses. Okay, the flyer. So Joe, I'm working on getting, because I know we've posted about digital marketing on LinkedIn. So I'm trying to get the links for those particular posts. So anyone else want to ask a question? Thank you, Somi. You said great session. So thank you to Sherry, Ryan, and Melissa.
Thank you, everyone.
Any more questions? Okay.
Thank you, everybody. We look forward to seeing you in future classes. Don't forget, Olianka is your person. Reach out to ReTrain Nigeria.
Sherry, you sound like you're on radio right now.
Marketing. It is marketing.
Exactly. The world cannot exist without marketing. Okay, so any more questions, comments? So I've gotten 2 links. One is on Instagram and one is on Facebook. So I'll be sharing 2 links now. So you can you can use those 2 posts to thank you, Lukayode, to share to your friends or people who you think might be interested in digital marketing. Thank you, Lukayode. It's a great session. Okay, so I think there are no more questions. So I'll put in the link. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Olianka. There was one here. It says, how is the digital marketing course? I don't know how to. Yeah, that was the question. I don't know how to really answer that.
Okay, so I don't know what the person. Okay, I think the person is asking how much the course is. So I mentioned earlier it's 290,000 original course fee, but there is going to be a special discount to those who apply from this masterclass. Someone asked, okay, Romaine says that they don't speak good English. Can they join the class because they speak French? Sherry.
Already on it. I was typing it to as you were going.
Okay.
So we can turn on captions, which will assist. Of course, there's demonstrations and moving of the mouse, etc. But AI is being used as a tool right now to improve language skills. So we have a number of people who have a ESL or English as a second language who are using AI tools to improve their own skills. So just as a heads up.
Okay, no, I think
absolutely. Okay. And I think Ryan has to jump out. He's expected in another session right away. So thank you again, Ryan. You are amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
it was
Ryan.
nice to meet you guys. Hopefully we meet in class and we'll answer all your questions in class. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you guys. Have a great evening and afternoon.
Bye.
Bye, Ryan. Okay, so Romaine. Okay, Unjoku, you put your I saw your hand up, so I allowed your mic, so you can unmute if you'd like to speak. Okay, and Ifesinachi as well.
Okay, I've done that. Please, I want to actually register for the master class. What will I actually learn?
Sorry, please say that again. Hello?
Sorry, I didn't catch that either, Olianka. Maybe that you can type it in the chat.
Okay, I think she was asking what she will learn if she signs up for the course. But Sherry, I think you said it, but if you don't mind just going over it again. You mentioned content strategy, personas.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is what is digital marketing, content strategies and campaigns, customer profiling the buyer's journey, planning and implementing, looking at data analytics to support your journey, and then creation and evaluation of small campaigns.
Okay. I hope that answers your question. Sorry, does that answer your question? I think that was, I can't tell if it was Njoku or Ifesinachi because I unmuted both your mics. Yeah.
So did we answer this, ladies? She said, what would she learn from the class? I don't know if maybe, Sherry, we want to pull up that slide that has the topic areas. That might help.
I don't know if it has all of the areas from the class, but let me check.
Yeah, you're right.
Hang on, let me look. Oops. Now I'm just sharing my daughter. Let me see. So here are some of them. So I guess this doesn't have all of it. Yeah, no, this is more just what we were talking about in the presentation today.
I'm sure, I don't know if you have the I have the course outline open. I don't know if maybe I should share that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. So I'll just share that. Okay. So these are
And of course, but keep in mind that these things change as specifically technologies change. So the software that might be listed initially, even the social media platforms could continually change as other items change. But thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. Okay, so I don't know, are there any more? Because I wasn't looking at my screen. Okay. So in the absence of any more questions or comments, as I said, the links are there. So okay. Okay.
I've been waiting.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Olayinka, Melissa,
Good evening.
Sherry. Thank you so much
Good evening.
You're
for
welcome.
the time so far. You did mention a while ago.
Okay. I think maybe his network, because he kind of like just dropped out of the call.
Oh, okay.
I think probably a network issue. Yeah.
Well, Olenka, feel free to forward any questions to us, of course. Thank you, everybody.
Sure.
Have a wonderful
Thank
evening.
you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Melissa. Nice meeting you.
You too. Bye.
Bye.